been to Kona a couple of years ago, so I've sort of had the feeling of the weather and the conditions. Obviously training in Thailand, I think coming from there and living there for the last 10 months, I feel well adapted to the environment. The environment here in Kona is not as humid, it's still hot, but there's a burning heat, so really important come race day that you slip, slop, slap, put the sun cream on and keep yourself covered and well hydrated. The heat suits me well. I can manage it quite comfortably, and you know, I look forward to racing hot, harsh conditions. I think I'm a huge advocate for separating the men's field and the women's field. You know, it makes it an even race across all the boards, and the gap between the men and the women, the chances are that majority of the women, or hopefully none of the women, will reach the men in the swim. For me, that's a good advantage, being a little bit weaker swimmer on that side of things. But as far as the 35 slots for the women, look, you know, you can argue that it's not enough. We should be the same as the men. You know, everyone's open to their opinion. To me, I think the women's field is becoming very competitive and very, very strong now, so we need to start looking at making it equal opportunities for both parties. But it's not up to me, it's up to the Ironman people and what they decide. I didn't race obviously for the last 2 months. I have had a pretty big year with racing, just trying to qualify for this event. So my preparation coming into Kona has been pretty awesome. A good 8 weeks of just fully training, building some strength, and gathering the speed and momentum that's required to be on this course. You know, the bike especially can be tough, so being strong mentally and physically is a key. I always set high expectations on myself, and you know, not one really to disclose it, but you know, I think at the end of the day, for me, being a professional who's new to the professional scene, I think if I go in with a good expectation and race within my capabilities, I'll be competitive. But the women's field, as I said, it's so deep. I could be come through last, and if I've hit my targets that I have in training, well then so be it. Everyone else is better than me, and I only can just develop from there. Definitely a hotter day, hotter and windier, and the hardest day possible out there. I feel like I've got the mental toughness above anyone else, so that's my little advantage, and we'll just see how the day pans out. It's very funny, I've been working with Jürgen now just under 12 months, and we have very similar personalities in the respect that we keep things simple and we don't overcomplicate things. So he's not putting me on a pedestal, he's not telling me about times or goals or anything like that. We know the targets that we want to hit, and if we hit it, we'll both be happy. You know, he's given me a lot of advice about his race days and his past, and you know, and I've learned his training methods, and you know, he's been here and done that, so his training methods work. So I've just got to believe in my own abilities and just, you know, use the positive enforcement and encouragement that he's given me over the last couple of months and see what happens. I've only moved to Phuket in January, and you know, I now consider it my home. Yes, I'm an Australian native, but I feel that the development and the growth of triathlon in Thailand has been huge just in the last 10 months, and I'm really excited to be part of it. So for me to come home or come back to Phuket with a good result just gives a lot of new athletes, up and coming people, a bit of encouragement that anything is possible if you put your mind to it, and yeah, hopefully I can be a really good ambassador for them in the coming years.